Hello everyone, welcome back to Mega Man 11. Let me set the input again. Back to my TV. Just bear with me. Bear with me. I'm gonna save, because we're gonna be taking on Torchman without his weakness. I know, sounds like a really bad idea.
Mega Man! I've made a breakthrough! I can now create new items for you.
Unless...
Can I interest you in some parts?
That's the part we need. I recommend you grab this part. It's not needed, but it's recommended for Torchman's stage. Why? Because there's a flaming wall of death. That adds more to the challenge. I personally thought it was fun. Once I got the hang of it.
This is what you want, buddy?
As with most Mega Man levels.
Part complete.
Okay, Mega. What'll it be?
Yo, Mega.
And,
you in some parts?
Okay, Mega. What'll it be?
You know, I think we're good on E-Tank.
Yo, Mega. Sure this is what you want, buddy? And there you have it. Part complete.
And for here, we're going to be using Amiibo. Yes, this is the Nintendo Switch version. It looks great. I mean, what did you expect from a Nintendo Nevada chipset? It, with Nintendo's ideas innovated into the controllers and hardware. I mean, yeesh. People, it's not rocket science that this would be incredibly powerful. Although not as powerful as the PS4 or the Xbox One, it still maintains par in terms of technology. Again, Nevada grade mixed with Nintendo grade. So you know it's gonna be good. And yes, this is the Smash Bros. Mega Man Amiibo, so I think it just gives out weapons tanks. Unlike the 30th anniversary one, which I have yet to get for my Scalper online. I mean, that's how I got my Gold Mario Amiibo. I had my regrets. That's too about that. Because one day, a year after I got mine from a Scalper, I found a bunch of them in retail. At retail price in GameStop. True story. Guess I should have waited, but you know what? I'm not gonna take the chance. And we're just gonna pass that enemy by. And avoid the flaming wall of death and doom. Speed gear also helps, but I've seen some speedrunners on the replays in the time attack mode take this on without the speed gear. Which I might just try and do. If I can. You know, give myself a little practice. Also, this stage is now tied in my favorite Fire Robot Master stage, because I can't decide whether or not I love the burner mushrooms robots, or the out of control solar power plant from Solar Man stage from Mega Man 10, which was released 8 years ago. And they have the robots from Mega Man 2 in a certain variation. Yeah, you can cool this guy down with Tundra Man's weakness. I mean, not Tundra Man's weakness, but Torchman's weakness, which is the Tundra Storm. That's a nod to Mega Man 1's weaknesses. Iceman's weapon was originally Fireman's weakness. I know, right? Surprising. And of course, these guys will come in to reignite that little fire turkey. And our double gear system is fried. We're gonna need its cooling fan in a bit. Maybe. It helps. Ah! Well, at least I got the tank. And we're kind of at a checkpoint as it is, so no biggie. You can also push this guy into the pit if you don't feel like taking him head on. And if you're feeling adventurous, it's like the Matrix there. Yeah, and I figured out to do this without the rush jet. Takes a bit of timing. Okay, a bit more maybe. And we gotta start back from the flaming wall of death. Great. Yeah, I know the checkpoints are a little off, but it adds more to the challenge. I mean, they told us not to be afraid to play casual mode, but as a veteran Mega Man player, I'm like, it should be just normal mode. Oh, but I'm glad that they were looking out for the other players, you know? Oh, because it's been 8 years and they're probably gonna try to introduce Mega Man to a younger audience. Which has actually been happening as of recent years. I should probably stop aiming for that E-Tank until I have the rush jet. Which meaning we're all of extra lives and we'll just have to E-Tank Torchman. And, because he's a difficult boss. It's so, like with the Thunderstorm. Well, unlike Solar Man, he doesn't go down without a fight. Even with his weakness. Much like Dive Man. Come on! Yes, they serve as platforms. Once you, shock them. Also, I noticed that you could just light up the area with either, the Scramble Thunder, or just a few shots from the Mega Buster itself. Oh, that light up the stage. Watch. It goes dark. Mega Buster shot. I really like the whole dark arc and lighting play on this stage. In like the forest fire theme. It's ironic because Torchman was built to help like how to start a campfire and safety for campfires. And probably to help find lost people in the woods or something. Why does Wily always reprogram the good robots that do good things into his henchmen? I mean, like, in Ian Flynn's Mega Man comic, he reprogrammed him once in the Mega Man 2 arc using separate parts of data. And the first line of Robot Masters had to come and save him in Wily's castle. Which was a nice twist.
Let the combat commence! Fall to the fist of flame!
Uh-oh. E-Tank! E-Tank!
Gotta fight! Let's finish this!
You can do it good twice if you time it properly. And we died. That's not gonna stop us from going back there again. To Dr. Light's lab.
Mega Man!
Okay, Mega, what'll it be? Are you sure?
Positive.
Ta-da! All ready. Good luck out there, Mega. Are you sure?
Keep forgetting I also have these when I use them.
Ready. Good luck out there, Mega.
Yo, Mega! Can I interest? Sure this is what you want, buddy?
Yes.
And there you have it! Part complete!
Cooling
Okay,
system
Mega,
provides
what
more
would it
efficient heat removal. As with most cooling systems. And we're gonna save the game and try it again. Yes, I know, I'm not editing it out. Why? Because it's a Mega Man game. I had a lot of difficulty not dying in my Mega Man 4 or Enhanced Long Play. And the reason why I added like a bit of a story to that, because there was so much build-up for a Mega Man 4 comic arc in the Archie comics, and I thought it was kind of a shame Ian Flynn never got to do that. Should have just used the power gear for that one to conserve energy in hindsight. Well, no crying over spilt milk. Well, maybe because my power gear system, or Mega Man's power gear system, because I'm just a dude behind the controller. Or when you think about it. Probably wasn't the best idea. Yeah, it took me some getting used to the R stick weapon select shortcut. Whoa! Little mini turkeys. As if a burning robot turkey wasn't enough of a surprise for me when I first played this. And there we go. Yeah, Torchman has a bit of a difficult stage, but I also find it fun as well. I think the backgrounds are hand drawn with some 3D artwork in them. Those flame effects, definitely hand-drawn on when they explode. And I love it. Amazing detail. I'm even beginning to think that some of the textures were hand-drawn too. It's so beautiful. Oh, when it comes all together. We could have used a few more extra lives. Well, just water under the bridge. Ain't giving me a longer video. Yeah, you probably already lost interest. That's okay, I don't get much views anyway. Well, right now at least, that could change in the future, maybe. Could get crazy one day. Hey, but I don't want to be like the guy who plays video games forever. I want to be the guy who one day makes one. But you know, my future's very undecided, and hearing this recent stuff from Telltale, it really kind of unnerves me. And I want to pick a good development studio that treats their workers right. Because you treat your workers right. If you're a good business. From what I'm told. Well, it's any standard practice of business. Knows, but you don't let them walk all over you, too. Of course, common criticism is also good, but constructive criticism instead of destructive criticism. Like, "Urgh, I hate this game and they should never make this game ever again." Instead of, "Hey, man, and I really didn't like this, and maybe, I don't know, maybe you could improve it." Move it, and here's some ideas. Here's maybe a few tips. And I really like your work, but I want to see you. But I'd love to see you improve and flourish. I mean, I'm open to constructive criticism myself. Oh, sometimes I even criticize myself too. Ew, it's so you become a better person and better at your skill. Oh, I just noticed the amount of mechs that are just admiring the campfire. It's cute. Kumbaya. I'm getting a little video of that. It's adorable. Let's just leave them be. I'm really loving how they got creative with this one. Like a burning campsite. Torchman was once a camp counselor robot. That also helps find people in the woods. Good, and also a master of a martial art he made. Really cool. Also, did you know that the same dude who voices Torchman also voices Rush? I know, I thought it originally was one of the developers' dogs, or somebody's dog that worked on this game. And but boy, I got fooled.
Speed gear.
Well, that's how good he was. And apparently one of the Pokemon actors, his name was on the tip of my tongue. I know him, not personally, but I remember his name from various credits. 'Cause that would be kind of creepy. Creepy unless I knew him work-related, or just, you know, like, hey, you're so-and-so. Again, I'm terrible with remembering names sometimes. There are certain names I do remember, and there's some I don't. Really funny, because he and Flynn one time in a Mega Man comic, compared to how the chemicals in our brains work, to the advanced processing of robots in the Mega Man universe. Because that's a very good analogy. Like, insanely good, because it's actually true. Ooh, our brains are... The actions that our brains decide for us, our everyday actions, are done chemically. In a sense, Mega Man's actions are done mechanically as well. Okay, we need to get away from this flaming wall and into the safety zone. Like a little blast door. Except it's for fire! So we have one E-Tank to do. What's E-Tank? And so far, Torchman is now placed with Solar Man in ties for my favorite Robot Master in terms of fire. Yeah, the flame effects are definitely artwork. Or some very advanced 3D model. Ah, there we go again! You know what? No more fooling around. The doctor likes to laugh.
Welcome back, Mega Man. If you have any bolts, let me build items to help you.
Okay, Mega, are you sure?
I know I should probably get the Thunderstorm,
Good luck out there, Mega.
but the Blazing Torch is such a weapon I found useful in certain spots that I prefer to have it now.
Yo, Mega.
Okay, Mega, what'll it be? Are you sure?
Yep, and a few energy tanks for the road.
Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready.
Forgot I
Are you
had
sure?
an Eddie.
Ta-da!
Oh.
All ready. Good luck out. Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready. Are you sure?
And one beat call for the road.
All ready. Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready.
Better safe than sorry.
Good luck out there, Mega.
Yo, Mega. Can I interest you in some parts? Sure this is
Energy
what you
Balancer
want, buddy?
Neo. Oh yeah.
And there you have it. Parts complete. Sure this is what you want, buddy?
Yeah, we're gonna need that later in the Wily
Part
stages.
complete.
So, better here, since we got all these items and getting a lot of bolts. Alright, let's do this for real. You know, and I probably spent way too much time on this. Probably have dragged away most of my viewers' interest. You're probably watching another video. You probably watched another video and came back to this. I know how you feel. You know, just trying to do it in a couple of sittings. This is why Vinesauce also does little video clips. I should probably do one day. Oh! And there goes our beat call. Come on, open your shutter. Okay, I'm getting sick of that, dude. Ha! He blew its lid off. I really like the visual effects. They put so much detail in this game. With the artwork and the models. Capcom was always the graphics master. Whether you wanted to go retro or modern. They were the graphics master. And still are. Even back then they were. They were constantly pushing boundaries of technological limits. You even played Mega Man X3? Here, Star Fox? I know Star Fox wasn't developed by Capcom, but what amazed me is at the time how the Super Nintendo was able to push its boundaries with mere microchips. And yes, I know they were expensive, but they were worth it in the long run, if you ask me. I mean, they became best-selling games. Yeah, the speed gear can be useful in combat too. Especially if you just spam your shots at the enemy. Now that was cool! Whoa! Yeah, I was just getting too close with the fire. Freaks me out. And there's a bolt we cannot get. I wouldn't mind seeing the double gear system return, but currently it doesn't look like it might in a future Mega Man game. If they decide to make one. It's their decision. And again, it's also their job to do it, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did. And I mean, like, despite Infune's wishes, we got a Mega Man X6. Which kind of turned out okay, I guess. Because the original plan was for X to be the bad guy, which I was not okay with. Don't get me wrong, I love the idea of being the hero long enough to see yourself become the villain, but X is not the kind of dude that you would see doing the robot holocaust. So let's just face it now. Yeah, we're just so close to the goal, so I'm not messing around. Well, at least we have a full energy meter when we're taking on Torchman.
You made it. Now prove yourself.
Now he's gonna get it. Oh, come on! I managed to do that on video before. I have video of doing it, okay? Okay, come on, Double Gear, I need you. We're gonna try to make this look super cool. Well, probably at the expense of Mega Man's circuit. Probably gonna blow something on that game. Aha! Amiibo, help me! Not look good. Okay, that works. Mario, Smash Bros. Mario, help me. Okay, good. Charge me up, Smash Bros. Pikachu. Yes, I have a feeling there's going to be a Pokemon Amiibo series. I mean, originally, fun fact, there was a line of Pokemon figures that worked similar to Amiibo with Pokemon Rumble U. I only have 4 of them. I plan on getting more because I see them on Amazon, but they're really high priced, so they're kind of a collector's item, but I might eventually get them one day. And we're fighting with a weakened Mega Buster. Okay, you're not escaping me now, Torchman. Oh yeah, I'm saving video of that. That was just cool. Boom! Blazing Torch. Yeah, I really think that at the changes to Mega Man's helmet when he in Buster when he gets a special weapon, like using his weapon's copy chip, is an effect of the double gear. Because it says headgear and arm gear. Here, and everything else on Mega Man's body looks the same other than the color palette swap. Which also leads me to believe that they're also working on models for Proto Man, since they kind of hinted that Sniper Joe was based on scans of Proto Man. I would like to see that as DLC. I mean, they already have an instrumental track version, downloadable content, and it said checking downloadable content in the first part, so why not? I would be good with buying Proto Man.
Doctor, is something wrong?
The double gear system. It was so very long ago. It was on that day Wily and I had our falling out. He quite literally threw a wrench in our gears. We were students then, each pursuing robotics research in our own way. Each of us was passionate about forging the way ahead. To a future where humans and robots might live together in harmony. By giving robots independent thought, they can be true partners to humankind at last.
Naive as always. Even robots that think for themselves will never be anything more than tools. But with unstoppable power, insurmountable speed, it's only when we build robots with the power to outdo humans that people will truly accept robots for what they are. And with my double gear system, we can make that dream a reality. With this installed, any robot can instantly become a hero.
However, I was strongly opposed to Wily's ideas and research. The double gear system, it puts an incredible strain on the robots that use it. And if it fell into the wrong hands, it could be used to cause terrible harm. At the time, a committee was convened, and Wily's research was cancelled in favor of my independent thought research. Wily never forgave me, and his views have grown ever more extreme since then. How ironic that my efforts to quench Wily's hot-headedness before it led him astray only ended up fueling the fire.
Doctor, I never knew.
If only I'd shown him there was a way to work together, instead of just telling him that he was wrong. Maybe we'd still be friends.
A way to work together.
Even the double gear system can be a tool for good, if used properly. But using it properly requires proper judgment. Wily's dream of developing technology to make any robot into a hero could become reality if used by you. I'm trusting you, Mega Man. Oh, I almost forgot something very important. I've just finished giving Rush a good tune-up. He's all ready to head out with you. Rush! Rush, help Mega Man and keep him safe. Be a good boy now.
We've got this, Rush. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, I know how to use RushJet like no pro. So yeah, I'm not also surprised on Wily's views growing more extreme. I mean, in the comics, the Wily Walker was a chemical weapons machine that not even Mega Man could fully destroy. He was able to immobilize it for 100 years, but 100 years later, X had to fight that thing. And of course, there was also the Raw Moon incident, which was in Super Adventure Rockman. And in the comics, that caused a blackout. In the comics, it was a lot scarier. Here, Mega Man's sister could die. Almost died. Alright, Mega Man had overloaded himself by using twin busters and almost died. It was like all electronics were shut off unless a special coating was applied to them, which Proto Man, known as Breakman at the time, gave the chip to Dr. Light. That contained codes, I think, for that coating. But after 3 days, the EMP would get so strong that it would be so powerful to kill life on all life on Earth. And it was Dr. Wily who also reactivated a supercomputer, an alien supercomputer that started that chain of events. And imagine this. You can't call 911. Machines for hospitals were down. And that was like a scary scenario, and especially in a futuristic world like Mega Man.
It's so good to see you safe.
Okay, Mega. What'll it be?
Alright, time
Are
to
you
get
sure?
some more E-Tanks.
Ta-da! All ready. Are you sure?
Positive.
Ta-da! All ready. Good. Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready. Good luck out there, Mega.
You also could have used the Eddie thing. Probably do that next time, probably in Acid Man stage. Well, as soon as I get the input, I'm gonna end the video. Wow, 41 minutes. Okay. See you around, everyone. Goodbye.